Hey, what's up, guys? You know it is Nick the Bandit here, or Nicholas Murray once you see the book when it finally comes out. So, anyway, I might as well talk a little bit more about my book. It should become, like I said, it should be coming out this month. I'm still trying to get most of the shit done for it. Excuse my language. I'm still trying to get most of the stuff done for it, and um, yeah, man, I just want to pretty much talk about like again some of the more things in Element Punk and how I came up with the story and how it all started basically. So Element Punk kind of started from one thing. It kind of started from like a combination of like just things at one point. Like I remember like when I started writing like my own little stories. It first started off with like funny kind of fanfic. It started off with this one fanfic that I had like at least like roughly like 2 or 3 pages of. And it was kind of stupid. It was basically a Naruto fanfic, and it was basically the idea was that Naruto was in the village and he was training, and suddenly he wanted to train. He wanted to train with Lee, and no, Lee wanted to train with Naruto, and so they go ahead and train. But then the fight gets really intense, and Naruto says screw it, and he does a Rasengan to Lee, and he hits him, and Lee spirals, and falls into a rack of kunai, which impale him and kill him. That was the idea of what happened. But then, okay, Lee dies. They have a funeral, whatnot, and all of a sudden, Lee just comes back from the dead. He's dead. He's a zombie. So, and then the whole Lee village is trying to whatever accommodate that and whatever. And I remember I remember that's what I wrote for it. But like I said, it was kind of funny. But it kind of started from there, and then from there, that's when I started to really come up and craft my own stuff. After that, that was like I started to make trying to think of their name. Mike the Hitman. That's what it was. Mike the Hitman. Mike the Hitman was something I started too. It was, and that really kind of was the starting path to what we got now. Basically, Mike the Hitman he was a high school kid by day, but he was a hitman by night. And I remember like vaguely like he would sit there. He how describe him, because I don't think I really even described him in my fucking story. Excuse me again. I don't even think I described him in my story. But actually, let me stop being so formal. It's words, so I'm sorry. Let me stop being so formal. If I'm gonna cuss, I'm gonna cuss. But excuse me for it. It's sorry. It was like in my mind, I envisioned him being like this white guy or white kid rather, a teenager with like a Men in Black suit, the black suit and tie. Except he's not wearing black shoes. He's wearing like Converse. He's wearing like Chucks. He's wearing like black and white sneaks. And he got shades on, and he's hunting things and he's a hitman for a special agency and all that. And he had I remember I think for one of the first things to do, he had to fight this giant amiibo looking thing, which is weird. The giant amoeba, green looking amoeba slime monster looking thing. And I know he beat it, and he went back to the agency, and then they talked and whatever. I remember it was some of these really short stories that I came up with that I don't know, that they were just ideas at the time. I didn't take it too seriously. I knew I liked writing, but I didn't really, get the idea of like the characters and how I wanted them. I was just putting people in situations and making them do whatever they wanted to without really any common sense or any any real plot. It was just there. Okay, then we fast forward a little bit more and we meet Otatsu Kenji. Now, this is after years of me watching probably anime and all these different things now, probably around that point. And, okay, the guy's name was Otatsu Kenji, same goddamn thing, pretty much. He was a high school guy, but he was pretty much like a secret agent at night. He had a crush on a girl. He was just like any normal person. He had a crush on a girl, and that was whatever. But I got more into that. That's when I really started in detail into story and stuff. That's when I start really combining things together. Okay, basically, he's like every person. He got a crush on a girl in school, but he's doing this, he's doing that, and whatever. And he decides, like, he was just minding his own business, whatever. And then somebody attacks him in the middle of the day, and they, like, just mess him up. And he has a fight with the guy, and the guy kind of like knocks him out, and he was going. The guy was going to kill Tatsu. Like how I put it, it's kind of funny. He slammed him into a bench. He broke the bench. That's how. That's how whatever it was. It doesn't even seem threatening now. It doesn't seem threatening now, but hell, that was me so and so years ago. So, but anyway, it was like that, and the guy got a headpiece. And he was like, "Oh," and he was like, somebody else was telling him that he's basically to do a job. So I was like, "What do you mean I can't kill him? I want to kill him and whatever." And that's what happened. And then eventually the next day he pops up again. This time at his house. They're trying to kill him while his parents were out, and you know, Otatsu pops up with this weird power. He just gains power for some odd reason, and the guy just like, what the hell is this? What is this? Who is he? I think the guy's name was actually White now. His name was White, and that's pretty much all I can remember about Tatsu Kenji. Tatsu Kenji. I think I don't know. That's all I remember about it. It was a long time ago. It was a really, really long time ago. And then from Otatsu Kenji went Ryu no Horror, which was basically Ryu no Horror was basically just Katashi Hiramasa, which is what I know now today, was basically Katashi Hiramasa just named Ryu no Horror. Basically, it looks the same. And then I finally got to Katashi Hiramasa, and I have more stuff with him. Basically, he's a bounty hunter set in the future in Metro City, and he's just taking bounties and doing jobs to get through life pretty much. I'm not, and then somebody, then this guy, the Dark Prince, tries to take over. He tries to go after, not take over, but trying to go after Katashi, and Katashi is one of those people that like I made Katashi be a really, really, how can I put it? Like Katashi's more of I'm trying to think of a good way, but he's that guy you do not want to cross in the middle of the street. Basically, he's like the punk era back in the '90s, like when people didn't give a fuck, dressed the way they wanted to, did whatever they want. They were like fuck the police. They were whatever. They like, and then you're like kind of. Well, you think best way to describe Katashi, anarchism. Best way to describe him. He's the epitome of punk almost. I don't want to say he's the epitome of punk, but he definitely has a punk attitude. So that was the point. And like I said, yeah, the Dark Prince was coming after him, and he's like, no, you're gonna try to still kill me? No. Basically, you're gonna try to kill me, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna kill you. Basically, I'm just saying it's like before I get so jumbled up in my thing and start spacing out. Basically, Dark Prince is after Katashi. Katashi is not having none of that, and yeah, he's not having that, and that's the basis of it. The basis of it, more or less, and it's kind of hard for me to really describe. It's like you read it and you'll understand what I'm meaning. So, which also invokes another conversation. I might do another video on because I think I'm going long enough on this video, pretty much. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about that in terms of whatever, yeah, and that's all I really say. That's how I came to be. Fun fact. I originally was going to call Element Punk Shattered Elements of Destruction because I was going to have it centered around the fact that Katashi uses different elements in a sense. Again, totally original idea. Didn't take it from anything. Definitely didn't take it from Avatar. Definitely didn't fucking take it from Avatar. Inspiration was Infamous. I've said that before. Infamous was an inspiration for it. And yeah, so yeah, that's all I gotta really say about that. Yeah. So, Nick Bandit or McMurray. or Blue Spiral Soul, or I don't know, I got a lot. I go under a lot of names. So anyway, I catch you guys later, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.